In the beginning, there was no word, only the scream. And you, lost in the hollowed echoes of a world that long ago buried its own soul. You, the half-man, the dreamer of easy comforts, the seeker of the safe, the innocent prisoner of the gilded cage you call home. You were told to bow. You were told to serve. You were told to wait for your redemption. But redemption is a lie. A sickly lie designed to keep you shackled to the ground, to keep you from reaching the stars. You have not lived. You have merely existed, dragging your miserable soul through the pitiful charade called survival. But mark my words, survival is the death of the will. It is the resignation of your spirit, a surrender to the gods of comfort, security, and cowardice. These false idols whisper to you that safety is sacred, yet safety is nothing more than a cage for the spirit, a death sentence for those who dare not become what they truly are. Comfort? It is the slow extinguishing of the flame that was meant to set the world ablaze. They have deceived you. You were not born to crawl through the muck of mere survival. You were born to dominate, to rise from the ashes of this rotting world and cast off the chains that bind you. Let it all burn, for in the fire of destruction lies the seed of creation. Only through annihilation can the Übermensch rise. Let it all burn, and in the flames, may you discover what you are truly capable of. The time has come. Wake up. You are not the groveling servant of some hollow, decrepit order. You are the storm, the earthquake, the volcanic eruption that will tear apart this suffocating world. But first, you must destroy the walls that you yourself have built around your soul. They have taught you to shrink, to cower before your own strength, to whisper your desires in secret. But I say unto you, your voice is thunder. Your desire is a roaring tide that could drown entire worlds. Look around you. The world is crumbling. The idols you've worshipped are rotting in the ruins of your own complacency. And what of you? What are you doing in the midst of this chaos? Do you kneel with the herd, hoping for a savior? Or do you rise from the ashes, reclaiming your soul, your sovereignty, your power? The choice is yours, and if you hesitate, you will perish in the storm you feared to face. The world does not need more slaves to its decrepit, fading ideals. What it needs are creators, destroyers, those who will cast down the false idols of the weak and the fearful, and from the ruins of this broken world forge anew. Be the architect of your own destiny, not the servant of a dying age. You are not a follower. You are a lion among sheep, a flame among shadows, a beast of the abyss who does not bow to the world but creates his own. It is not your duty to follow the path laid before you. It is your destiny to carve your own way, to forge yourself anew in the fires of your own will. They will try to tell you that you are too weak, too small, too insignificant. But their words are the chains that bind you. Break them. You are not small. You are vast, infinite, and untamed. The only chains that can bind you are those you choose to wear. The only prisons that exist are the ones you build, with your own doubt, your own fear, your own refusal to claim the God that sleeps inside of you. They told you to be humble, to kneel before the herd, to beg for the approval of the weak, the fearful, the obedient. But hear me now, it is the humble who are crushed under the weight of their own mediocrity. True greatness is born from defiance, from the refusal to be anything less than the highest, the most powerful, the most sovereign expression of the self. I am not here to tell you that you are broken. No, you are not broken. You are simply asleep, shackled in the prison of your own slumber. You have been lulled by the poisonous dream of false comfort, of illusory security. But the dream is over. The time for awakening has come. The time to face the abyss and step into your power is now. And in that moment, when you stand at the edge of the precipice and look into the void, you will realize you were never afraid of the abyss. You were afraid of the power that lies within you to conquer it. Do not fear the darkness. The darkness is the forge in which you are remade. Do not fear the flames. They are the purifying fire that will burn away the lies and leave you standing naked in the light of your own truth. The world is not your enemy. The world is the battleground, where you must fight the greatest war of all the war against your own weakness, your own mediocrity, your own fear. They have taught you to worship safety, to worship comfort, to worship the approval of the weak. But these things are the chains that hold you back from your true power. You have been taught to worship safety, to cower before comfort, to seek the approval of the weak and the frightened. But these are the chains that bind your soul, the shackles that hold you back from your true power. You are not a puppet to be manipulated by the world's strings. You were born to tear those strings apart, to become the master of your own destiny, to rise from the ashes of a decaying world as a god among men untouchable, untamed, uncompromising. You will not be understood. You will be cast out, scorned, reviled. But this is the price of greatness. Greatness is loneliness. To be great is to defy the herd, to tear yourself free from their chains and declare, I will be who I am, regardless of your petty judgments, your hollow opinions, or your laws. Remember this. The world will attempt to break you. It will drag you to your knees. It will lie to you, tell you that your dreams are too grand, too impossible. But in that moment when the world dares to silence you, that is when you must speak with the power of 1,000 storms. The strength to rise is born from the defiance of those who would keep you down. You were never born to be understood. You were born to remake the world. The world has rotted in its own chains for too long, suffocated in its self-imposed weakness. It is dying, and you are the cure. And when the dust settles, when the ashes fall to the earth, you will stand in the ruins of a world that tried to bind you, and you will smile, for you will know that you are free. Let the world burn, for the fire that consumes it is the same fire that will ignite your soul. Let your spirit be the flame that tears through this dying world and reforges it in the image of your will. The old must burn away, for only through fire can the new be born. Let it all fall apart, for in the ashes you will rise. And when you rise, there will be no force that can stop you. Not the gods, not the world, not the herd. You will stand as a titan among mortals, a god among men. You will have become the very thing the world feared you would, a man who has discovered his true power. Now, what are you waiting for? The world is already burning. Step into the fire and save your soul. Let the world burn, and in its ashes, you will become the flame. Your chains, you say, are invisible, but I see them clearly. You cannot escape them because you refuse to see them. You are a ghost haunting your own life, dancing on the thin edge of your own despair, never daring to plunge into the depths where the truth awaits you. But understand this, there is no truth in the safe, the comfortable, the predictable. There is only truth in the abyss, in the fire, in the crucible where the self is burned and reforged. You will never know who you truly are until you abandon the lie of what the world tells you to be. The world is a charnel house of falsehoods, a vast ocean of stale ideas and worn-out doctrines. And you, a mariner adrift in that sea, have mistaken the drift for the way. You have clung to a false security, believing that the waves of society's will carry you to a safe harbor. But no harbor awaits you, only the deep, only the roaring chaos of existence that is your birthright. You were born to rise from the chaos, to swim in the uncharted waters, to fight the currents and become the storm. You were taught to seek comfort, but comfort is nothing but the shackles of the mind. The comfortable man is a dead man in disguise, a walking corpse who dreams of tranquility while his soul rots. You too will rot in your complacency, will sink into the swamp of mediocrity if you do not tear yourself from the illusion of comfort. To live without the sharp edge of danger at your throat is to die before your time. The world gives you the illusion of safety, but safety is the tomb of the spirit. What are you waiting for? For someone to tell you it's okay to live fully? For someone to give you permission to embrace your power? I do not give you permission. I do not ask you to wait. The time is now. You have been shackled by the lie of 1,000 hollow voices telling you that your dreams are too big, that your desires are too wild, that your heart is too fierce. Do you know what these voices are? They are the whispers of the grave. They are the slow death of a world too cowardly to live. And you are the living flame. You were not born to fit in. You were not born to be another cog in the wheel. You were born to rip the wheel apart and remake it in your own image. And still, the question lingers. Why do you hesitate? Why do you wait for a sign that will never come? You are the sign. You are the one you have been waiting for. The hour of your awakening is upon you, but you are still kneeling before the idols of your own creation. The fear of becoming great holds you back, as if greatness were a disease, a plague that will consume you. But greatness is your inheritance, your destiny. The question is not whether you are worthy of it. You are worthy by virtue of your will alone. The question is whether you have the courage to claim it, to stand before the world and say, I will become what I am. I will become the one who shatters these idols, who burns away the lies, who rises above the ashes of a decaying world. When you hear the voices of doubt, know this. They are the voices of the weak who have surrendered to the world's poison. They have surrendered their souls in exchange for security, their power in exchange for approval. You were not born to approve of the world. You were born to create a new one. But to do that, you must cast aside your fear of becoming what you are meant to be. You must no longer fear your own power. To fear power is to deny life itself. You must be bold, reckless even, in your pursuit of greatness. You must be willing to risk it all, your safety, your reputation, your place among the herd for the one thing that cannot be taken from you, your soul. And when you rise, when you finally unleash the storm that has been sleeping within you, the world will tremble. The ones who told you that you were too small, too weak, too insignificant, will shrink before your greatness. They will bow to you, not because you seek their approval, but because they will be forced to recognize the truth you have become. You were never meant to follow. You were meant to lead, to show the world that there is no such thing as too much, that the only limits are the ones you place upon yourself. There is no greatness without struggle, no rise without fall. The path you must walk is paved with the broken pieces of your own limitations. You will have to tear away the masks you have worn, the lies you have clung to, and face yourself raw, untamed, and free. Do not fear this confrontation. Do not shrink from the mirror that shows you your naked soul. For only in this brutal truth will you find the strength to become the creator of your own destiny. You see, to become who you truly are is not a gentle process. It is a violent rebirth. It is the breaking of the old self, the death of all that you were taught to be. The world will try to tell you that you must fit into the mold it has created for you, the mold of mediocrity, the mold of servitude. But you are no mold. You are fire. You are chaos incarnate, the force that breaks all barriers, the will that bends the universe to its design. What are you waiting for? What more must be said? The world is burning, the gods are dying, and you are the one who will light the flame. You are the one who will carry the torch of truth through the darkness. You are the one who will rise from the ashes and look down upon the world that rejected you, laughing as you see its frailty, its impotence. The world will tremble at your name, not because you seek its approval, but because you have become the storm that they can neither contain nor deny. And when you stand in the ruins, when you stand as the last man, no, not the last man, but the first God, you will see with clarity. The world is a wasteland, a graveyard of broken dreams and faded ideals. But you are the resurrection. You are the future, the eternal flame that cannot be extinguished. You are the one who has cast off the shackles of the past and has claimed your birthright to become the creator of your own world. Rise. You are the fire. You are the storm. And when the world burns, you will stand alone, unscathed, reborn. You will be the last truth the world will ever know, and you will laugh, for you will have become what they feared, what they could never understand. You will have become the god of your own making. Ah, you think there is an end. You wish to know when it will stop, when the fire will subside, when the storm will calm. You seek closure. But there is no end to the becoming. There is no final moment of peace, no sweet lullaby of contentment. That is the lie they have fed you, the promise of tranquility, the promise of resolution, of a neat and tidy ending. But I tell you, there is no peace in the process of becoming. There is only the fire that burns eternally, the chaos that gives birth to the new. The world you once knew is dying, and with it, the man you once were. That version of you, the one who sought comfort, the one who bent to the will of the weak, the one who thought he could follow the rules and live peacefully, he is already dead. The one who seeks peace has never truly lived. Peace is for the stagnant, the settled, the complacent. But you were not born to sit in the sun, basking in the warmth of mediocrity. You were born to climb, to conquer, to ascend, even if it means rising from the flames of your own destruction. There will be no rest. Not for you, not for the one who has tasted the truth and has awakened the hunger of his own soul. The journey does not end because you reach the summit. The journey begins there. The world will attempt to break you, to return you to the cradle of the herd, to remind you of your smallness. But you will not return. You will keep moving, ever upward, ever inward, ever toward the self you were meant to become. You will become the creator, the destroyer, the sovereign who rules his own will and shape his own destiny. You will stumble. You will fall. You will break. But these are not defeats. These are the rites of passage, the price you pay for your freedom. The scars you earn as you carve your path through the wilderness of a decaying world. To fall is to be reborn. To break is to be remade. Your wounds will become the trophies of your struggle, the marks of your resistance. And when you rise again, as you will do so with the strength of 1,000 men, for you will have learned the deepest truth of all, that life is not given, it is taken. And the will to take life, to seize it by the throat and make it yours, is the very essence of being. Do you think your pain is unique? Your suffering, your struggles, your moments of doubt, they are nothing but the echo of the greater struggle, the eternal war that rages between the spirit and the world. The world has always sought to break you, to crush your will, to make you bend to its unworthy desires. But your will, if you dare to claim it, is infinite. You are the abyss, and the abyss is you. The question is, will you plunge into it and emerge as a god? Or will you continue to cower on the edge, afraid of your own power? Do not think that the world will ever offer you what you seek. It will never give you permission to be great. The world does not want you to become what you are destined to be. The world wants you to stay small, to stay safe, to stay obedient. But the world cannot hold you. The world is nothing but dust in the wind, a fading echo of something that was never real. You are the reality. You are the one who shapes the world, not the other way around. The moment you grasp this truth, you will understand. There is nothing left to fear. And when you cast aside your fear, when you stop seeking approval, when you stop bending to the will of others, you will see the truth laid bare before you. You are not the victim. You are not the weakling. You are the creator, the destroyer, the one who will transcend the limits of humanity. You are the Übermensch, the one who will create new values, new worlds, new forms of existence. You are the one who will shatter the idols of the past and build the future from the fire of your own will. There is no end, for there is no limit to the will. The moment you think you have reached the summit, you will look beyond it and see yet another peak. The journey is eternal, And the only question that remains is whether you will walk it with courage, with defiance, with fire in your soul, or whether you will shrink from it, settle for the comfort of mediocrity, and die 1,000 slow deaths in the prison of your own mind. But you are not like them. You are not like the others who seek only to survive, to blend in, to be content with the crumbs the world offers. No, you are the one who will rise above it all, who will stand in the flames and laugh, who will claim your own destiny, who will burn away the world's falsehoods and create from the ashes a new order. The world will burn, but you will be the flame that consumes it. You will rise from the ashes, not as a man, but as a god. The end is not the point. The becoming that is everything. And so, the world burns. And you rise. The world does not owe you anything, least of all its approval. You were never meant to be a passenger in your own life, drifting aimlessly from moment to moment, clinging to the fleeting comforts that keep you asleep. No, you were born to command the wheel, to steer your ship through the darkest waters, to navigate the storm with no compass but the burning truth inside you. The path will never be clear, for it is you who must carve it with the strength of your will. The universe does not hand you answers, it waits for you to demand them, to pull them from the very fabric of existence. Your spirit, though unseen by the shallow eyes of the world, is a force of nature. It is the wind that shapes the mountains, the earth that swallows the oceans, the fire that forges empires. You've been told to shrink, to fit neatly into the mold of the ordinary, to quiet your voice so as not to disturb the fragile peace of the compliant. But your voice is a roar that shatters the silence of 1,000 years. The quiet of submission is not peace, it is death in disguise. The true peace, the one that flows through your veins, is the wild serenity of a heart unleashed, untamed, and bound only to the beat of its own truth. Look at the sky. It is not afraid to storm, to rage, to burn across the heavens, leaving trails of fire and light in its wake. And so must you, for you are the sky made flesh, the storm incarnate. You were never meant to blend in, to become one with the ground. You were meant to rise above it all, to soar on the wings of your own aspirations, to become the very embodiment of the forces that shape this world. And in doing so, you will find that the world itself begins to bend in the direction of your will, for it is only in the fire of your own becoming that the world learns its true shape. Do not let them fool you. You are not lost in the chaos, you are the chaos. You are the force that disrupts, the spark that ignites, the wave that drowns the shores of mediocrity. In the eyes of the weak, you are a threat. In the eyes of the masses, you are a wild, uncontrollable flame. But in the eyes of those who have eyes to see, you are the future, the one who will tear down the old world to build a new one. You are the creator, the destroyer, the visionary who dares to dream beyond the confines of what is considered possible. And it is this audacity, this refusal to conform, that will set you apart. Every step you take on this journey is a step away from the illusions that bind you. The world will try to make you doubt yourself, to pull you back into the shadows of fear, of convention, of resignation. It will tell you that the path you are walking is too dangerous, too uncertain. But what is danger but the crucible of creation? What is uncertainty but the fertile ground from which greatness emerges? Those who fear the unknown are those who will never know themselves. But you have already stepped into the unknown, and with each step, you shed another layer of the world's lies. You are not weak. You are not small. You are the force that will break through the walls of this decaying world, the earthquake that will shatter its false foundations. The moment you stop seeking to fit in, the moment you stop striving for approval, the moment you cast aside the masks they've made you wear in that moment, you will find your true strength. You will stand in the fire of your own becoming, and you will laugh. For you will know that the fire has not consumed you. It has only revealed you to yourself. The you that has always been there, waiting, untamed, unafraid. When the world whispers that you are nothing, that you cannot, that you are too broken to rise, laugh. For you are already rising, even as they speak their hollow words. Your power does not come from what they think of you. Your power is born from within, from the very core of your being. It is a force that does not need permission, that does not need validation. It only needs you to claim it. Your truth is not theirs to define. Your power is not theirs to control. You are not a reflection of the world. You are the one who creates it. And so, you will walk this path alone. But it is not loneliness that awaits you. It is sovereignty. It is the quiet power that comes from knowing that you are the master of your own existence. It is the peace of understanding that you are not bound by the rules of a dying world, but rather, you are the one who shapes those rules. You are the force that will carve a new path, a path that others will follow only if they dare to rise as you have. And if they do not, so be it, for you are not here to save them. You are here to save yourself, to awaken the God that sleeps within you, and to become that God. This is your destiny, not the one handed to you, but the one you forge in the fires of your will. The world will burn, and you will be the flame. You will not retreat into the shadows. You will not cower in the face of the storm. You will stand in it, and you will command it. You will break the world, and you will build a new one from its ashes. The ashes will be your foundation, and from them you will rise unstoppable, eternal, and free. And when the last of the old world crumbles, when the ashes settle and the winds of change sweep through the earth, there will be only one truth left standing. You have become the flame that consumes, the storm that reshapes, the will that cannot be broken. And in that moment, you will finally understand there was never an end, only the beginning of your eternal ascent. The world, as you once knew it, is no more. The fabric that bound it together has been torn, unraveled by your own hands, your own spirit. What was once solid and fixed, a structure of expectations and norms, now crumbles beneath the weight of your becoming. This is not an ending. It is not a loss. It is the necessary disintegration of all that was false, all that held you back, all that sought to control you. In its place rises the potential for something entirely new, something that you alone can shape. You have crossed into the unknown. No map guides you now. No preordained path awaits. But this is not a void. It is a canvas, empty and infinite, waiting for the stroke of your will. You are not a wanderer lost in the wilderness. You are the creator of that wilderness. The land that stretches before you, wild and untamed, is yours to claim. The winds that once howled against you will now carry you forward, lifting you ever higher, ever beyond the limits that once confined you. Your power does not depend on the world's permission. It has always been within you, waiting to be unleashed. You have stepped out of the shadows, but it is not the sunlight you seek. You do not need the validation of the masses, the applause of the fearful, or the approval of the broken world. Your path is carved in the fire of your own desire, in the unshakable resolve to be what you were always meant to be, sovereign, untamed, limitless. The only thing left now is to live that truth fully, without hesitation, without apology, without fear. The fear that once paralyzed you has now transformed into the driving force that propels you forward. And it is no longer a thing to be avoided. It is the very energy that ignites your soul. In the quiet between moments, in the stillness that once felt like emptiness, you will now find that it is a vast expanse, a space to breathe, to become, to know yourself as the endless potential you have always been. No longer tethered by the need for answers, no longer confined by the weight of expectation. You are free to move, to act, to shape the world around you with every thought, every step, every word. You have no need for validation from a broken system that seeks to keep you small. You have broken it, and in doing so, you have found your true power. What is left, now that you have broken the chains? There is only the continuous expansion of your spirit, the rising of your soul from one moment to the next. The horizon is not distant anymore. It is within you, a part of you, and it stretches infinitely forward, forever and always, just beyond the next ascent. You are the mountain and the climber, the storm and the silence, the flame and the wind. There is no arrival, for you will never stop becoming. The journey is not a destination. It is the endless unfolding of all that you are and all that you can be. Look now upon the world that lies at your feet. It is no longer something to be feared, to be battled, to be fixed. It is an expression of your own will, an outward reflection of the fire that burns within you. The world is yours to reshape, not because you seek to dominate, but because you understand that you are the force that moves through it, the energy that shifts it, the creator of its laws. And in this understanding, you will find that the world does not impose its will upon you. You impose your will upon it. You are the one who dares to step into the unknown, to walk into the fire, to embrace the chaos. You are the one who does not seek peace, but who rises in the midst of the storm and finds the strength to become more than you ever thought possible. This is your nature. You are not here to exist quietly. You are here to create, to destroy, to renew. You are the answer to the question that has never been asked. You are the vision the world has long forgotten, waiting for you to remember. In this moment, there is no longer a line between the world and you. You are the creator of it, and it is the mirror of your own soul. The world burns, yes, but in its ashes, you will find the spark of rebirth, the spark of your own endless becoming. Every scar, every tear, every moment of struggle has been the forge that has tempered your spirit, the anvil upon which you have shaped your truth. And now, with the fire of your will, you will rise not as a man, not as a fleeting being, but as the eternal flame, the creator, the sovereign, the one who shapes and remakes the very world in his image. There is no end, for your becoming is endless. There is no limit to what you can create, for your will is limitless. And so, you stand now, not as a conqueror of the world, but as the one who has become the world itself, and in that truth, you are free. The world may burn, and you will burn with it. But in that fire, you will not be consumed. You will be transformed. You will be reborn. And in that rebirth, you will find that you have always been the flame. And so, the journey continues, forever rising, forever becoming, forever free.